What's up, y'all? Let's go ahead and get into this tarot check-in. I feel like Saturn in Aries is about to like take things to a whole nother level. Cause like right now, that 29-degree Pisces, where Saturn is sitting at now, is very much giving like big endings. Like it's a wrap for a lot of things. But I also think these are necessary endings though. These aren't endings that are like something to fight, something to like delay or anything. Like just let these endings happen, because with Aries energy in general, it's very much let's get going, let's get this show on the roll. And with Neptune going from Pisces to Aries, it's like illusions and things have definitely ended for a lot of people. But I feel though, with Aries going into Neptune going into Aries, and then Saturn about to be right there with that, I feel like it's too many people trying to jump to things. And it's connecting to something I want to talk about today. Like, I just feel like too many people want to be like heroes. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with being a hero, but at the same time, it's like I feel like too many people want to put on a cape, right? And save the world, but they don't even save themselves. Like, and this really ties into what I'm going to say and what I want to talk about, because honestly, it's just too many, like, as of this last month, even with the ending weeks of December, it was too many people talking about change in a way it sound good, but it's no plan or no preparation with it. And that's the thing with Aries and going into Saturn and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. A lot of people are going to want to move so fucking quick with no direction, just aimless movement. And I feel like this reading right here, this ties right into it. Because literally, the Page of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Pentacles are all in reverse. And then the Eight of Cups is upright. And this whole situation is very much what I feel like is the end goal for a lot of people with this newfound drive to like make a change in the world. Because the Page of Wands, the first thing I looked at is a lack of direction and creating conflict. And it bounces off of what I was saying about Saturn, like with the last part I said about Saturn and Neptune and Aries. Like, you want to move so fast, but where are you going? I get the vision, but what's the plan to like execute this vision? And this also ties into what I said last time about people being soldiers and generals. There's a lot of people, I think, that are so active, like trying to become so like activists and stuff, that are just soldiers and need to be guided to certain things. Because what you saying sounds cool, but at the end of the day, like, what's your plan to make this shit come true? What's the plan to see these things through? Because the Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords in reverse, you have a lack of direction and you have no inner clarity. What are we doing? You know, what are you really about to do? Then the Eight of Cups, upright, a disappointment, withdrawal, abandonment. that's that Aries and that's that Aries energy where it's like I'm gonna go. All right, I'm burnt out. I'm over this shit. But like I can start a new fire over here, like cause that cardinal fire, it can just start again. But it's like nah. Like with the next sign after Aries being Taurus, an Earth sign that's fixed. Let's lay some foundations. Let that fire sit somewhere and let that fire do its thing. Then let that next transition with the Earth, with Saturn going into Taurus and Neptune going into Taurus, let that Earth stabilize whatever it is that you just did. Like, too many people be so up in arms, but they get so emotional. They don't have no logic with it. And then they just burn themselves out. Then they got no direction where they headed. And then on top of that, right, it'd be a lot of people that want to make so much change, right? They want certain, I'm going to just get right into what I'm talking about. Because I was talking about systems. I want to talk about systems, individuals, and communities as a whole, right? People want to, it's a big conversation about eat the rich, the system needs to shut down, the government system, all these things, right? And then people, you will ask them, so what's your plan with that then? All right, eat the rich. Okay, cool. I hear it. I get it. I get where it's coming from. You want the system to shut down everything. I get that. But what's the goal then? People always say we can go back to, why go back? Why live in the past? Why go back? People don't have no vision of, oh, well, we can do what we can do what we used to do. Why? Let's think forward. You don't have no inner clarity though, and you have no direction though. You just have a whole bunch of feelings, which is fine. We need the feeling, but we also need direction. Where are we putting our energy towards? The wands, like I said, I always see the wands as that physical energy. This is that mental energy, and the cups, the emotional energy, and then the pentacles is what we get in a material plane. But if you have no clarity, what are you doing? Where are you going? Nowhere fast. That Aries energy, going fast, but aimlessly. So it's nowhere fast. You're going to end up being in the same predicament. For what? You feel me? Like, people love to, oh, we can go back to how we used to do when our ancestors shared crops and they had this, and that. And it's like, okay, that sounds good, but that's what happened before. We have moved far past that. It's time to move forward. You want to eat the rich, you want to shut down these systems, cool. How are you going to do that? And then after you do that, what is the future hold? What does the future hold? What are we going to move towards next? Because like I said, the general and soldier mindset, these people be thinking like soldiers. Y'all only think right now. Y'all only think right now. Y'all get up in arms and y'all just so ready to go out and on the front line and fight like a soldier. But you don't have no mindset, no good, healthy mindset to really see down the line and see, let me actually, I do want to change this system, right? But how am I going to do this? All right, let me plan. All right, and then after I get that plan, all right, let me see, like, let me make plan B, C, D, and E, F, G just in case I got to pivot. Then after that, what are we going to move towards after that? Because we have enough technology. We have enough people with degrees, with all of this knowledge. We need to do something different now. It got to be something different. It can't be what we did in the past because it's only going to get us back to the past and go through the same shit over and over again. Yeah, it be literally cracking me up, and it be honestly irritating too. Everybody just so up in arms, these files dropping. Everybody want to talk about this is terrible, this is bad, this is this. They need to be stopped. Okay, they do need to be stopped, right? To you. And don't get me wrong, I don't condone none of this shit. But they need to be stopped to you. How are you going to stop them? Right? Because like I was saying, what I want to talk about is systems. People want to tear down systems that have a whole bunch of people on the same page, but yet your system within, your everyday system is so messed up. No mental clarity. Your energy is tore up. Emotionally, you're distraught, and then you're broke as well. You can't even fix your own system. How are you going to overthrow a system outside of you if the system within is scrambled? It don't be making sense. And this Ace of Cups is underneath of this Page of Wands upright. I see this as the start, right? Like I was saying, going within to rearrange your system requires you to fill up your own cup. Y'all walking around here with all this nonchalant bullshit. Y'all walk around here with no real direction, no real plans or nothing. Y'all can decode all of these systems outside of yourself, but you cannot decode your own system to get your energy, your physical energy intact, to get your mental energy intact, because the Three of Swords was right under the Ace of Cups. This is exactly how it is. Y'all full of emotion, right? But now the mind, what's the mind going to be at? All discombobulated, a whole bunch of sorrow and stuff, because that's what it really is. The emotions y'all feeling is a bunch of sorrow, and y'all feeling bad for people. And it's like, okay, I get that, right? Another thing you probably ain't gonna like to hear is some people have their roles in this world we live in. It is what it is. Some people's purpose in life was to be sacrificed in those situations. They be having babies for that purpose. But like I said, that's the part of their system. You feel me? How is your system set up? Your cup is full, right? But this is the mental clarity is far gone. It's way gone. The cup is full, but yet you gonna keep going to the past and disappointing yourself. This shit gonna dry up quick because you just so ready to go with no direction. You have no direction. Work on the system within. It's too many people trying to, you want to eat the rich. It sounds good, but you don't even have a system in plan for yourself. We don't need money, but there are people who are already used to money being a thing. So if you want to delete the system and create a new one, you have to think thoroughly through this shit. It can't just be a simple, oh, let's eat the rich, let's band together, and let's boycott this, let's boycott that. These things sound good, but it's like y'all only thinking for the moment. Your cup is full for the moment, but mentally you're not there. You're not foresighted enough. You're not. And energetically, you gonna go online, talk all fucking day, not even take a step back to realize you have the mental capacity to decode things, to break things down. And now I'm gonna tie into the individuals in the community part. Y'all jump so quick to building community when you are not even a strong individual on your own. I don't want to be a part of no fucking community with people who are only looking to what everybody else is doing and then following that person. That's not a good community to me. A good community to me is everybody have their own individual mind, voice, beliefs, in their own systems, their own individual systems. We come together, we share our things, we see the commonalities in it, but we still hold on to our individuality. The commonalities are spread upon the community, but then those certain individuals or certain leaders who still think their own way, the individuals, they get along with like-minded people, and we still respect everybody's mind. We respect everybody's individuality. You say your part, you say your piece, you do you, da-da-da-da-da, y'all do y'all. And then we all come together as a community with our own minds, our own systems our own systems within the whole system that are agreed upon. We come together. That was your thoughts. Those your thoughts. Those your thoughts. These are my thoughts. All right, now let's find the commonalities again, and then let's move forward. It'd be too many people just trying to jump. I hope I'm making sense. But it'd be too many people trying to jump over the individual part and jumping straight to community. Like I was saying, recording content, talking about the files, talking about Hollywood, decoding things through gematria and numerology, but their lives are fucked. I don't want to hear shit from you. You didn't even take the time to turn that brain power towards yourself, to build yourself up and then show up in the community, because they come online fear-mongering, harvesting people's energy through fear. And then on top of that, the same God that they pushed upon us, well, y'all, because I don't do none of that. No. Never was a part of that. The same God they pushed upon y'all are either in the comments when they doing all of these videos, yo, this is what's happening, They fear-mongering, energy harvesting, boom. Or it's people in the comments, in God we trust, God is, nobody's stronger than God, God is this, God. The same one he wants y'all to, they want y'all to be praising while they feed off of your energy. And then y'all talk about these stuff, y'all talk about these things, letting y'all energy get riled up, letting the fear and the pain come about, and then now that person who made the video got your energy, or the egregores that they've created, because I'm pretty sure they've created plenty of egregores, is being fed. I think individualism needs to be pushed more than community. Because if y'all want to, because people love to talk about going to the past. Okay, cool, go to the past. Communities was a thing back in the day, but y'all don't even speak to y'all neighbors. Y'all don't even go to the market and have a good relationship with the cashier at the market, the convenience store, the corner store. There's some people that do, but not all of y'all. Y'all have let them wear y'all out emotionally and mentally to the point where y'all don't want to fuck with nobody else, but be online screaming community. Y'all are not, y'all don't come together as a community unless it's hate. Because the last time I seen y'all come together with community was to sign that petition to get Nicki Minaj deported. Y'all come together with community with hate, and then move with so much malice when y'all come together, right? But y'all hate when they come together and they move with malicious intent and do some egregious things. But y'all do the same shit. It's just not the same degree, but it's still nasty. But community, eat the rich. Let's break these systems down. You don't even have a system within yourself that you stand on. That system within, and when I say the system within, I'm talking about that subconscious mind. That shit needs to be rewired. But you didn't even take time to rewire that. But you got time on your hands to decode the Super Bowl, to decode these celebrities sacrificing their family and whatnot. You got all the time in the world to decode all of that, but not your own self. Why would I want you in my community? Why would I want to be in community with you when you overlook yourself to look outside of yourself instead of looking within yourself? And then on top of that, y'all don't even see these things as stuff that's probably been around for a very long time. These systems have been created 100 years ago. You think you who doesn't even have a system within can take down a 100-year-old system that has been doing this stuff for a long time? I don't understand it, yo. I don't understand it. I don't get this. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I never will get it, honestly, because it's not for me to get. Because the way I see this whole thing, right, I'm very individual. I'm very big on individualism. I'm sorry. I'm hyper independent, and I could work on that. However, I like independence and I like being an individual before I come to a community, because I want to come to the community with everything within me in order. Because if I can't show up for me, I can't show up for a community. Y'all don't even show up for yourselves because y'all mind be gone, energy be fleeting, pockets be fucked up. All of these emotions y'all be having, everybody has these emotions, but it be leaving y'all looking worn out. Y'all be wearing yourselves out with y'all emotions, not even alchemizing this stuff towards, matter of fact, they do this, and that. I just decoded that. So since they do this, and that, I can do something of that degree, not that extreme, but something of that degree for myself. Then I can decode the system within, rebuild my system, and then I can show up in the community. Y'all don't even think like that. Y'all don't even think like that. And then this goes into the second thing I wanted to talk about. Actually, just don't even go into the second thing. I just want to get to the second thing. Because at this point, I feel like I'm going to just keep going in circles with this whole thing. Bottom line, be an individual first. Fix your system and then come to the community. Stop thinking you can take down a system around you when you don't even have a control over the system within you. That don't make sense. Y'all wasting time and energy, and then a lot of y'all end up dying because y'all want to talk so much about these other people, the egregious things they talk about. Mind you, they show us these things, and then y'all always say, oh, they always show us in movies and TV and da-da-da-da. So they already showed us. They already telling us what they do. Now you're trying to get very detailed. They don't have to tell us the details. They just have to let us know what they doing. Now that they letting us see these files, because you know, like they always say, they're letting us see what they want us to see. You see this shit, you get up in arms about it. Now you want to dive deep into their business. Mind you, it's called a secret society for a reason. They are practicing occult practices, occult, hidden knowledge, hidden practices for a reason. They want this shit to stay hidden, but they show just a little bit. Y'all dive deep into their fucking business, get killed, then what? All of that was for what? Y'all be thinking y'all decoding something and thinking y'all doing something great for the greater good. Y'all not doing nothing for the greater good. Decode the system, then turn that information that you found on yourself. Decode your system, rewire your subconscious mind, rewire your mental, your emotion, your spirit, get everything intact. They do those practices, they do this, do that. Okay, how can I implement that in my life without getting too far that I can't feel, that I can't do because my morals? And then figure that out, apply that to your life, then come to the community. They do this, and that. What we can do is this, and that. Y'all just come to the community with a bunch of fucking complaints, no solutions. That's why a lot of y'all are fucking soldiers and need to just stay in y'all line. Y'all are not generals. Y'all don't think far down the fucking line. Y'all jump out here getting in everybody's business, getting in these celebrities and these secret societies business. Then have no real, okay, I gotta protect myself though. Y'all don't have no fucking bandwidth at all, no mental bandwidth. I gotta protect myself. So I know I'm gonna talk about this. Let me make sure I get this in line. Let me do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. These motherfuckers who was talking so crazy about discovering things about every little thing that come online, all of these little theories online. They was doing all of this work, doing all of this research, get killed. Nobody else to pick up off of what they built on. Nobody else to pick up on that. Nobody to pick up where they left off. And you can do your own research, but if this person was really in the field, getting in there, calm down. That person was really getting in the field. And I mean in there, to the point they took his ass or her ass out. They did not even have nobody else. Hey, look, I left off right here. All of my notes, if something happened to me, all of my notes are written down here. These are the websites I use. This and that, this and that. Continue on what I'm doing. Y'all don't even be having that plan set. But you want to take down a system, but you don't have a system within yourself. Fuck out of here. It just be bothering me because it's like, I see the greatness within this shit. But y'all don't. Y'all just see it as either clout for Instagram, TikTok, for people to watch your videos and shit, for you to get a nice little check from TikTok, or y'all just doing it just to do it. No real purpose. You have no purpose within your system. They have a purpose in their system. That's the difference. That's why y'all asses be getting worn out. Pages be getting blocked. It be so much shit going on. But y'all motherfuckers, come on now. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. I'm going to move on. And I'm going to make this next thing I want to talk about very short, hopefully. Because I really had to get that off. Actually, no. I'm going to leave this at that. I'm going to leave this at that. No, you know what? Cause like I was saying with the money on TikTok. King of Pentacles in reverse. Obsessed with wealth and status. Obsessed with that status of looking like you're so smart and you just got ahead of the game. You got ahead of the curve. Now you did. And then you did with nobody to pick up where you left off at. You're not as smart as you think you are. Chill out. Chill out. Decoded, right? But then turn this on and turn that decode into yourself. Build yourself up. The way that people be finding out this information is so amazing to me. It is excellence. But you leave it towards trying to figure out what they got going on. What you got going on? What do you got going on? Shit. You don't got shit going on. A system that was built hundreds of years ago. And I'm pretty sure these things are not something new. I'm pretty sure these things were done in the 1100s, the 1200s. Shit, even the 800s, I'm pretty sure this shit been around. Been around. These sacrifices, these rituals, I'm pretty sure this shit been around. You think because your feelings are hurt or you're so empathetic and so feeling so much sympathy for somebody going through something, which is not bad, but you're letting your feelings override your mind? And now you're moving aimlessly? You doing all this research. Get killed. Now what? Doing all this research just to bring it to the internet. Fear mongering. Now everybody all nervous and shit. Oh my God, like this is so crazy. This is so... Y'all be fucking... I can't, yo. I can't. This should be insane to me because it's like, yo... Y'all get, and then on top of it, and then I'm gonna always stand on my own square. But if a motherfucker getting all in my business and I don't want them in my business, I'm gonna get you out my motherfucking business too. Straight like that. And then y'all be saying they be killing all these celebrities who have the means to buy security, to have security and all these things set up, and they still get got. And you don't got none of that. You don't got none of that. You don't think you can't get got? Because don't get me wrong. Standing for something is always commendable. And dying behind what you stand for is always commendable. But if what you stand for don't have no solid plan or foundation or a system to keep it running when you go, I don't commend that. I don't endorse that. That's stupid. You getting all in these motherfuckers' business, knowing how dangerous they are. If what you reading in files and on documents is true, that you see how they give it up. You don't think to have a secure plan to protect yourself, or if you happen to get caught up in the shit, you don't have a plan to keep your shit going. You're not somebody who I want to get behind. I don't want to get in community with. I don't want you in my community. I don't want to be in community with people that just move off of pure emotion. But this part, the mind is all fucked up. Then you acting all mindlessly. Because the mind, like you feeling all up in arms. Cool. But then your mind messed up. Now you keep living in the past. Disappointing yourself. Disappointing others. Everybody's so ready to hear your information, then you get jammed up. Now it's disappointment all around. Now motherfuckers, we got to find another such and such that was in the past. We don't got to find another one of them. Well, obviously, y'all need to click it in here that it's time to move forward and find another way to do this shit. Ugh, I ain't even going to get to my second topic, y'all. I'm going to keep it at this. What's the messages? Let me add this up. That's 9. That's 2. All right, it's one message. One message. And then I'm going to end this because I ain't racist. All right, that's a personal one. Let me see. Because I can't. Perfect. Remember to work 3 times smarter. Remember to work 3 times smarter. These people have to show us what they do. These people giving us documents of what they do. Mind you, they're giving this to us. This is what they want us to see. We see what they're doing. Decode why they're doing it. Take it, implement it in your life, build yourself up so you can have your cup full. Also, the swords can go, the mental clarity can come through. Also, this can go from being like this in reverse. Now you have released all of this pain in a smart way. You're optimistic because you're thinking clear. You're no longer living in the past. You tapping into that inner, you going back and giving that inner child the flowers that she deserved. You're no longer aimlessly moving. You're moving with inspired action. You're no longer financially inept and greedy for some money. You sitting in real wealth. And you're no longer disappointment walking away from your abundance. You're going to turn that ass back around and keep trying because you're working 3 times smarter. I'm done. I am done, bro. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. And hold on. I thought I was done. The Wheel of Fortune right under this 3 of Swords. No control. You got to control this. That spirit, that emotional realm, that's where it all started at. But and then it goes here. That emotional realm is the connection between the spirit and the mind. Keep this full and keep this clear. What's under it? There we go. Underneath of this Wheel of Fortune, we have the 6 of Swords and the Temperance. Move from all of this confusion. Move towards balance. Balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. What is the meaning of all of this? They showing us all. Why are they showing this? Why am I understanding this in this way? Maybe I should put this on to myself. Be an individual first before you try to be a community member. Because if you don't have your own mind, your own heart, your own beliefs, your own spirit, why would you want to join into a community? Leave all of that shit in the past. Leave this fucking shit in the past. Leave it in the past. Leave it in the past, yo. Leave it in the fucking past. And find that balance. Find the reason. Why am I finding this out? This is coming up to me. Damn, I'm real hyper fixated on this. I don't even do this for my damn self. Let me do that for me. That's the meaning for that. That was the purpose. That was the whole purpose of this being in my face. Not for me to just get all in my feelings and now I'm so emotional. Now I want to go ahead and go do for others so bad. I want to go ahead and turn up for them. I want to make sure they know what's going on. I want to make sure the world knows. That wasn't your purpose. That wasn't your purpose. Your purpose may be to share this information with the world, but why share the information with the world with no tools? I mean, not no tools, with no guidelines with it. You giving them, the tools and the guidelines with it. You giving them the information, but you ain't giving them the tools and the guidelines to really move forward with this shit. Actually, what's this? 2. Let me get 2 more. Hold on. Cause last one was work 3 times smarter. Work 3 times smarter. Work 3 times smarter. First message, remember, no strenuous efforts. No strenuous efforts. Y'all be stressing yourselves out. Doing too much. Second is happening. And it's happening for a reason. That's what I'm getting from that. It's happening for a reason. You coming across this information for a reason. Find the reason. Control your emotions. Like I said with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, no control. Control your emotions. Work 3 times smarter. No strenuous efforts. Stop stressing yourself out. Move past the stress. And it's happening for a reason, for you to find that balance within. For you to find that purpose. Why am I seeing this? And we all see things for a reason. Nothing is by coincidence. It's all for a reason. It's a purpose behind it all. Why am I seeing this? I'm seeing this for a reason. Let me give myself some time before I go share this information. Let me see. Okay. I'm a decoder. Okay. I decode things. It was easy for me to decode that. Okay, let me put that onto myself. Let me decode my system. See what needs to be updated. See what needs to be deleted. See if I need to free up some space, some storage space. Work 3 times smarter. No strenuous efforts. And everything is happening for a reason. I'm done. I'm dead ass done this time. I'm done this time. Cause I'm done. You know, it just be so confusing, but that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, but yeah, and it's a whole bunch of reversals after this. It's a whole bunch. Actually, I ain't done yet, cause I want to talk about what I was looking at the other day. Between the Devil card and the Lovers. Because both of these cards have a big entity behind 2 people. And I see it with the High Priestess. And I'm going to make this quick. I ain't going to drag this one out, because it's straight to the point for real. Funny, they was all upright too. The Lovers have this angelic, right, entity, spirit behind it. And then the Devil has this demonic spirit behind it, right? And then when I was discovering this card was right next to it. The darkness and the light. And this is you in the middle. That's how I'm ready to do this. If you don't understand your darkness, or your light, how do you really think you're going to understand the darkness and the light around you? How do you think you're going to go up against any darkness or any light around against you? How do you really think that? Without integration, without you resting in between both of these rounds. Everything is on a spectrum. It's a spectrum. It can be something very negative or very positive, that is neutral. You need to get yourself in this neutral part between your darkness and your light. And isoscelerate, I think that's the word. I think that's the word. I mean, don't get me fucked up. You need to let your pendulum swing. I do that because I hate saying words. I feel like I know I'm right, but at the same time, I don't really know. So anyway, let your pendulum swing from the darkness to the light. Because the divine feminine within and the divine masculine within operates from both light and dark. It's 2 different versions of them. You have to let yourself swing on both sides. You don't have to go all the way to the darkness, and you don't have to go all the way into the light if you don't want to. But get a good feel of that. Get a good understanding of that. Get a real good understanding of that. And that connects with what I was just saying, because if you don't understand the system within, how are you going to take down a system that knows what's going on with them? They know what's up, but you don't know what's up with your light. I mean, your dark or your light. Or you may know what's up with your light and you run from your dark. Or you may be too indulged in the dark and don't know your light. Get a good balance going on. Like I said with the temperance, balance. And that's it, y'all. I'm done. I'm done talking for the day. I'm done. Work on your system before you try to take somebody else's down. I'm gonna leave that at that. Work on your system before you try to take somebody else's system down.